Hello, Mike here.
And Tony here.
And welcome back to the Think to Thrive channel. How are you today? Glad you could join us for our next installment from our musing and our thoughts and our insights on how you can start to begin to live the life you want and think to thrive. So Tony, what do you have for us today?
Well, I love that term, musing. That's great. That's a great term, musing. I feel like Mike's going to suddenly start simmering and steam's going to come up. What's going on? I love that term, musing. Okay, so today's tip to share with you viewers. Well, I'll start off first of all, a couple of paintings that I did when I was...
Tony the artist.
These are just sort of sketchy ideas.
Tony Hart, do you remember that programme?
Yes,
I'm showing my age now.
Yeah, there's a little more from what I want. When I was studying clouds, but more importantly, the horizon and perspective when I was at art college.
That's a module that we'll talk about on the Think to Thrive.
It is. And then this one was developed a little bit from that again. Horizons, the ocean, the sunset and the clouds. Just getting, I love this idea that when you paint the sky, you create the line for the cloud and it's the white paper that creates the, you're not putting white paint onto paper, it's the white that comes through, it's the blue that you're putting on the paper. And I got really interested in that. So, but there is a serious point on this, Mike, about clouds and distance and viewing.
And what have you found that to be that serious point?
That serious point is this, is that when we view, when we observe things in the distance, and we see the horizon or clouds or sky, this hugely increases your sense of well-being and sense of being present. And I've actually used a term here, you lose yourself. So whereas the last video that we shared with you was very much about awe, this one today is about the importance sometimes of just losing yourself.
And if you've not checked out that video on our, just click that link up there and you can go check out that video where we speak about the power of awe. So what you're saying today is about almost being in the moment, forgetting about all the worries and the stress and strife of everyday life and just losing yourself in the moment and becoming still and becoming present.
Really important for your well-being. And just very quickly, I know this works because I do a little walk right round a big park, and I get to the end of this park, and then at the edge of this park there's like, you're on a hill and you're looking out into the distance and you can see for miles and miles, and this hill sort of climbs up into the moors, and in the distance the clouds are sort of rolling over, and I always stand there and just pause and look out, and I get this incredible sense that I've switched me off, because that is bigger and greater than I am, and I just become insignificant in that moment.
There has been a number of studies that show that people who are suffering from depression and high blood pressure, just by getting outside and looking at things far away, significantly reduces that depressive feeling and reduces blood pressure as well. So that's an important tip for people who want to obviously boost their health and vitality. Just get outside and look at things far away. Clouds.
Really, really important. So I've got today my 7 top tips for losing yourself. Again, if you're sat in an office right now, this can apply to you. If you're sat in the front room watching television, this can apply to anybody right now, because all of these tips you can apply. So first of all, tip number 1, when you practice that viewing things in the distance, that horizon, the clouds, you create space. But more importantly, you become aware of space. Now, when people meditate, you are, and Mike has just been talking about this to me, you get to a state where you become aware of the greater dimension. Very quickly, Mike, that sense of space, you touched on it.
You understand that you are a part of the whole and not separate from the whole, and that's what meditation basically is, to become familiar with yourself, being part of a big greater picture. Often we get very caught up in thinking we're secular, we're alone, we're detached from, but with practice of meditation it helps you to remember, creating that space to understand that you're part of a greater whole.
Great, so space is the first one. Tip number 2 is you'll create greater ease as you watch those clouds slowly change shape. Right, so as you watch the clouds, if there's no clouds there, you might watch a bird swooping or just the wind blowing trees. You'll create that sense of ease and flow. Mike's always saying to me, ease and flow, ease and flow. You're a very good surfboard instructor because you get everybody balancing on that surfboard really well. Just ease and flow, ease and flow. Tip number 3 is you'll forget yourself, which is what Mike's just covered there, and you'll soothe the perfectionist inside you.
We all have that, yeah. We all have that. Everything's got to be perfect.
You'll soothe the perfectionist. And that's where the expression comes from, oh, you always have your head in the clouds. But actually having your head in the clouds, guys, is not a bad thing.
No.
Right? It's used very much as a negative connotation, head in the clouds, be present, come back down to us. But actually sometimes you do need to go and put your head in the clouds. It's very important.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that thoughts will come and they go, just like the clouds do. So when you watch a cloud, it will form. Sometimes they break up and they just disappear, but they change shapes and they come and they go. And it reminds us that's exactly what we should be doing with our thoughts. When you meditate, Mike, what's the first thing you do when thoughts come into your head? Do you attack them and say, look, you crazy thought about the bills at the end of the month and try and hold it down, or do you just
let it go?
Just let it come and go. Number 4 is you'll learn to reflect. So in a moment of reflection, just for a few seconds. Number 5, this is really powerful, is as you look out there into the distance and you see trees and grass and fields, how that horizon meets the land, you'll increase that sense of biophilia. And biophilia is our connection with nature and plants and trees. And nature that's all around us. You enhance that sense of biophilia. It's so important. Tip number 6, you will reduce cortisol levels, hormone levels inside your brain. If you practice, as Mike said at the beginning here, looking at a distant view and observing that expanse, that horizon, you will reduce the cortisol levels of stress inside the brain. Now you may argue for a few seconds or minutes, what good is that doing? It's actually doing a lot of good. It's actually doing a lot of good because you're practicing mindfulness. And finally, number 7, you will raise serotonin levels, which is the mood regulating feel-good hormone that we have inside our brains, but it also massively impacts your, I think you mentioned this, your immunity levels as well.
Yeah. It's a good hormone.
Isn't that fascinating, Mike?
There's huge benefits there when you're talking about losing yourself and just from looking at clouds.
just by looking at the clouds.
Who'd have thought that just losing yourself in them and being present, being still, practicing, being at one, looking at things far away, would have all these impactful and beneficial impacts on the way we feel.
Oh, Mike, have you heard of a singer called Joni Mitchell?
I have, yes.
Right, Woodstock,
I've
looked at clouds from both sides now. Well, there you go. You see, she knew the secret. Look how successful she became. So that's. I just
Maybe
thought of that.
that's what inspired the song.
It probably was. It probably was. Well, she must have been doing a bit of time looking at clouds. So yeah. So that's our clouds wrap up for today.
Brought out the creative. So. Clouds, guys. Next time you're outside, remember what Tony's imparted with you and shared with you today. If you're feeling a little bit stressed, you're feeling a little bit anxious, feeling a bit uptight, frustrated, get out and look at the things outside, far away, the distance, the clouds, and remember what benefits they will bring. Remember how that can change your mood, change your chemical balance inside you, and start having you thinking and feeling in a way that you feel more impactful, feel more that you want to thrive, feel more energetic, and at the same time feel more relaxed and at ease because you understand the benefit of doing these practices that's going to help you feel and thrive in a way that's going to serve you moving forward. So, we're going to finish off there. I hope you found today's video of value. We want you to comment below. Tell us what you're going to do the next time you're outside. Are you going to look at clouds? Are you going to look at nice views in the distance? What are you going to do to help make yourself feel more at ease and relaxed? Leave us a comment down below. And if you've not, subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button now, so when we upload our weekly videos, you will not miss out, so you can share it with your circle of friends. So until next time, my friends, it's Mike signing out. My friend
Tony Mallett.
To
your success.
To your success.
To your success.